So what is Bitcoin?
In its most simple form, Bitcoin is a decentralized money system and a digital currency in one.
What do you mean?
It's not just a way to send and receive money. It is a currency like the dollar, the euro, and the yen.
Well, that doesn't seem like such a big deal.
It changes everything. For centuries, currencies have been issued and managed by leaders or governments. However, the people using these currencies have traditionally had little to no control over how their local currency is managed, and instead have always depended on third parties, such as government authorities and central banks. Bitcoin is different. It is decentralized, powered by the people who use it. It knows no borders, it's not a legal entity, and nobody controls it. Bitcoin is the first decentralized, highly transparent, and secure currency.
Who cares? It's always worked in the past.
Not always. Did you know that the Zimbabwean dollar was once worth a little more than the US dollar? However, due to the poor management at the time by the local government, they kept printing more and more Zimbabwean dollars to cover their financial obligations. Eventually, one Zimbabwe dollar was worth 0.000000000000000000002 US dollars. Ultimately, this currency failed and is no longer used.
Okay, so one time things didn't go so well. That would never happen to my money.
Think again. In 2016, the government in India declared that some cash denominations were no longer valid. Almost overnight, there were major cash shortages throughout the country. People stood in lines for hours to exchange invalid bills for valid ones, and several deaths were linked to the rush to exchange cash. Also, anyone who was unable to exchange their money by the deadline, such as soldiers on duty or people who inherited money after the deadline, lost that money. It shook the country's entire economy. Still not convinced? In 2017, due to Venezuela's economic collapse, hyperinflation caused the 100 Bolívares Fuertes note, the country's highest denomination, once worth 31 US dollars, to be worth a little more than just 1 US penny. The country's currency continues to decline. People in these countries have already been turning to Bitcoin, as it is more stable than their own currency.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know. History is full of currency failures, and not just some ancient currency that no one has ever heard of. These things are happening today. Can you imagine if your life savings, or that of your friends or family, was suddenly worthless?
So maybe currencies haven't always worked out well, but couldn't the same thing happen to Bitcoin?
That's why Bitcoin is so special. Bitcoin is a true form of money or value in a market of supply and demand with no legal institutions able to directly influence it. No one can suddenly declare the Bitcoin is no longer valid or that some denomination is no longer accepted. There is no central authority. Nor can Bitcoin experience inflation. The whole system is designed to ensure that only 21 million Bitcoin will ever exist. For the first time in history, people are able to have a currency that is not dependent on their government or banks. Never before has this been possible.
Okay, that's pretty cool. What else can Bitcoin do for me?
With Bitcoin, no one can deduct fees from your account, put a hold on your account, or freeze your funds. You can send money to anyone in the world without any restrictions. And you do not have to worry about inflation or how your government chooses to manage its currency. Basically, Bitcoin gives you complete control over your own money. This is huge. It unlocks exciting opportunities, not only for individuals, but businesses as well. Bitcoin has enabled the future of money, giving power to the people and bringing us all a step closer to a decentralized global economy.
This all sounds pretty amazing, but what's the catch?
Bitcoin enables unprecedented financial freedom, but it isn't perfect. Most importantly, you must protect your Bitcoin to prevent it from being lost or stolen. Similar to the ways you protect your cash from theft, keeping your Bitcoin safe is also your responsibility, which means you need to make sure that any devices that store your Bitcoin are secure. Also, just like any currency, the value of Bitcoin is always changing. However, as Bitcoin is still a young currency, its price can change much more dramatically than conventional currencies. And although the Bitcoin community is growing, the number of businesses that accept it is still small and needs to grow to help Bitcoin reach its full potential.
So how does it all work?
At the heart of Bitcoin is the blockchain. It is the technology breakthrough that makes all of this possible.